So what's going on, guys, and welcome back to episode number 56 of our Portsmouth career mode, and we are going to be kicking off this episode in the European International Cup, and our first game is going to be up against Barry. So we are going to go ahead and try and obviously beat them. The squad we're going to be going with in this game is going to be this one: Boscagli, Clark, Inyaguez, who's going to be making his debut, who's currently a 73 rated centre back, Alves as well, and then pretty much the front line as always. But we aren't actually going to play the games. We're going to go ahead and sim them because I want to get into the season straight away, because I'm really looking forward to jumping straight into the Barclays Premier League and wanting to play games and hopefully try and crush some of the big teams, which would be fantastic if we could. But before we do that, we want to try and get through this game. And we're already 1-0 up, but then Inyaguez, our centre-back, has got injured. So we end up winning the game 2-1. Benamar scoring us the winning goal there in the 89th minute, thankfully for us. But Inyaguez has picked up an injury. We're going to hope it's not going to be nothing serious. Otherwise, it's going to be the worst possible start, as he is probably, well, he's our best rated centre-back. So we're going to go ahead here, and a player injured. He's out for only 7 days, so that's fine. And we have also inquired about a few people, and we've got a transfer offer accepted from Real Madrid for 1.7 million for Munari. We don't actually want him, but he looks pretty decent to us. 1.7 million. He's 20 years old, 71 rated. He looks pretty decent. We are going to go ahead and offer him a contract, and let's see what he's like. Even if I offer him a contract, doesn't mean I'm going to go ahead and accept him. I just want to have a look at him. We've also inquired about Manu Garcia, about Joe Gomez, about Leon Bailey, and about Mateus Pereira. So they are the players that we'd be interested in bringing in. So I think Manu Garcia could be one of the first ones, as we'd prefer to bring in Manu Garcia and offload Martin Odegaard, because I'm just really not enjoying this guy. So we're going to offer 1.2 million plus Martin Odegaard, and let's see if Manchester City are Brit's going to be a big rival of ours. Let's see if they'll go ahead and accept it. So Martin Odegaard plus 1.2 million for Manu Garcia. Do you think they'll accept? I really hope they do. Joe Gomez, this guy looks pretty decent as well. They only want 3.4 million for the left back. We're going to go ahead and offer 2.5 straight bid. Let's see if Liverpool accept to let us take their young left back. And the last player is Leon Bailey. He's a striker, but he can also play on the right. We're going to go ahead and offer 1.75 million, which I know is not a lot, but it's still not that bad. They're only asking for his valuation. Maybe we could get surprised and get accepted. Benamar says he feels he did well in the previous game, which he did do. So obviously he scored in the 89th minute, which is the most important thing, which is always great to see. But I think it's going to be time now to move into the next game, but we've got a few emails to deal with before that. So we've inquired about loads of different people. Balde Keita, we're obviously not going to be able to get. They want 18.5 million for. Jordan Ibe, they want 12 million for. He does look pretty decent, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to offer him that much. I think we're going to go ahead and offer around about 5 million, which is less than half of what they want, so there's no way we're going to get him. But Isaiah Brown, they only want 4.6 million for him. He's from Barcelona. Obviously, he used to be a Chelsea player. He's been brought by Barcelona, and Barcelona said they will actually let us buy him. So we're going to go ahead and offer 2.7 million, and let's see what Barcelona say. So we've got a transfer offer here from Aaron Leia Iseka from Bayern Munich. So we're going to go ahead and up it to around about 7.5 million. And if they go ahead and accept that, there's no reason why we're not going to let him go. He's only 72 rated, and I would like that much money for him. And Real Madrid have come in with 11 million bid for Shiplock. 31 million, and you can actually 35 million, and you can have him. Otherwise, you're not going to have him. So you guys pretty much get the gist. We're not going to let our goalkeeper go. Middlesbrough as well, also wanting him. They're offering 12 million. It's probably going to be all the money they've possibly got, and they want to buy our goalkeeper from us. So I don't think we're going to let him go. So Genk do in fact come back to us and say they still want 3.1 million for Bailey. So we're going to up it to 2.5 million, and let's see if they'll accept that. So it's a big increase in our side, but it's still less than their valuation of the player. Also, the striker from Real Madrid says he wants a bigger squad role at the club. We are going to give it him, but I'm not 100% sure whether we're actually going to be playing him, because he's not going to get in above Villa Libre, and he's definitely not going to get in above Coman. So if we buy him, he's just going to be a backup. So now it's time to move into the second game of the episode, which is going to be against Ostende in, obviously, the European Cup. And they actually drew one with Empoli, who is, in theory, the best side in our group on paper. But if we can go ahead and beat these, that will mean we will then be on 6 points, which could give us a fantastic chance of going through to the next stage. They drew 1-1 with Empoli, and we're going to put out exactly the same squad. Obviously, Ongwa will be coming in at centre-back instead of the player we recently brought in at centre-back, because he did actually pick up an injury in the previous game, and we end up drawing the game 1-1. This time, Boscagli picking up an injury. So bad news for us there. Why are we getting so many injuries? So he is out only for 3 days, which is good, because he had a cut head, so he did have to come off in that game. But we've got a few emails come back here. Another offer for Christopher Shiplock for 12 million from Sassuolo. And I'm sorry, mate, you're not going to have him. I think I might as well just reject all offers, because unless a club coming with stupid money, we're not going to let this guy go. PSG say no for Camano. Barcelona say they still want 4.6 million for Isaiah Brown, and they don't want to accept that lower fee. So what I think we will do is go ahead and offer the player that you guys might like or might not, but we're going to go and get rid of Fabian Torres. So we might get rid of Fabian Torres and 2.7 million for Isaiah Brown. I'm not sure whether that's a good deal. We'll have to wait and see. Liverpool also say they can't accept the deal for Jordan I, which is fair enough. But they have in fact accepted 2.5 million for Joe Gomez. So I think this could be a fantastic deal if we could pull this one off. We will offer we're offering a squad rotation player. If he doesn't accept it, we will up it to an important first team player, because he probably will be. Manchester City also come back and say that they're not interested in Martin Odegaard, which is a bit of a shame. So we are going to go ahead and up our bid to 2.5 million for Manu Garcia, as he's 72 rated, and we did actually have him before, and I did really enjoy playing with him. Leon also come back and say no for Hachin Mastor. I would absolutely love this guy to come into the club, but it does look like it's going to be very difficult for us to try and pull off a move for him to come in. I just think he looks absolutely amazing. So Martin Odegaard, they're not actually interested in. There's no other person that we could possibly go ahead and offer. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave Martin Odegaard in and up it to 7 million. If they don't accept it, I don't think they're going to let him go. So we've now got a transfer offer for Asia Villalibre from Chelsea. 10 million euros is a lot of money for the player that we do really enjoy. So we're going to counter offer for 16 million. If they come back and say yes, we'll have him 16 million. I will happily let him go. Or Sporting come back and say to us they don't want to let go of Mateus Pereira, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. So we're just going to go ahead and offer a straight 10 million, 11 million actually, which is a hell of a lot of money for him. But I don't think we're going to actually spend that much money on just one player. But we have got time for some training now, so we're going to put exactly the same players in: Koeman, Pedrosa, Prestes, Nori and Alves. Alves is also so very close there to going up to the next rating. Can he get a good rating in the training? No, he can't. He can only get a D, so he's not going to progress that well. So unsurprisingly, Real Madrid do actually in fact come back to us and say they're not interested in Shiplock because they don't believe he is worth 46 million, which is absolutely fair enough. Bayern Munich also come back to us and say they will actually give us 5 million for Leia Iseka. If they give us 7 million, I will let him go, but I don't really want to let him go because I think he's a pretty decent player and he might be picking up at least 5 to 10 goals during the season. Genk accept a 2.5 million bid for Leon Bailey, and he can also play on the right, so I think he could be a good backup striker as well, so we might actually try and bring him in. We'll give him a squad rotation player because I think that's probably what he will be to start off with, unless he proves that he is really good. Munari still coming back saying that he doesn't want to relocate, but he could be persuaded, so we're going to offer him an extra 5,000 a week. Let's see what he does about that. So now it's time to sim the third game of the competition, which is going to be up against Empoli. So Empoli, if they actually beat us and the other team win as well, we will be out of the actual going through to the next stage. So this match is actually going to be really important for us here. We are going to sim it. We're going to put out pretty much a similar squad, but Webster and Stevens and also Benamart have also come in, and we end up winning the game 3-0. What a fantastic result for us. Pedrosa, Villalibre and Koeman picking up the goal, and Stevens actually got sent off as well, but I'm not really that bothered because we've progressed into the next round, and that means we're going to get given some more money, which is the most important thing. So as you see here, we have been granted an extra 1.2 million, which is fantastic news. Barcelona have accepted a 2.7 million deal plus Fabian Torres. We are going to go ahead and offer him a contract. Let's see how good he is. I'm not sure whether this could be a good deal or not, but he is currently scouting as well, so we're going to have a look, see how good he is, and if I believe that it's not worth it, because also Fabian Torres is nearly a 70 rated, So, and I'm not sure if I want to spend 2.7 million plus Fabian Torres for a player that might not be that much better than him. So once again, we get another transfer offer for Christopher Shiplock, this time from Granada. What we're going to do, we're just going to reject all offers and disallow future offers because we don't want him to leave. They actually come back to us, Chelsea, and say they will in fact give us 10.5 million. So they went up $500,000, but that's still not enough. This player I absolutely love. So Chelsea, I'm sorry guys, you're going to be our rival, so I'm not going to let him go. And also, Manu Garcia might be coming into the club because they've accepted a 2.5 million bid for Manu Garcia. And this guy, I think, could be an absolute magician if he comes in. And he could be putting in some really good performances for us. And Lyon do actually come back and say they will accept a 7 million euro bid plus Martin Odegaard for Hachem Mastor. This guy is one of my favourite players in FIFA. I do have him in Ultimate Team and I absolutely love the guy. And I would really love it if he come into the club. It could be amazing for us. So Bayern Munich do actually come back to us and say they'll give us 6 million for Leia Iseka. And you know what? 6.5 million, they go up $500,000 more and I will happily let the guy go. And then that means we can go ahead and buy another striker, which we might actually go in for this guy here, Francesco Munari, because he's only going to cost us 1 point something million. And it could be a real rip-off if we get him. So we're going to offer him 40,000 now because he's still saying he wants more money. So we're going to offer him that, an important first-team player. But I think he looks pretty decent, to be honest. And finally, Joe Gomez does come back and say he wants a bigger squad role at the club, which is perfectly fine with me. So I'm going to go ahead and give him an important first-team player because he might actually become that. Because if he's a good rating, we might move him out to left-back and bring Boscagli into centre-back. And then we can have a really strong back line then. So now we're going to move into the semi-final of the competition. They actually beat Genk 4-1. Can we go ahead and beat them? I really do hope so. And we do. Kingsley Coman and Benema are both picking up the goals for us there. And we've progressed into the final of the competition, which means we're going to get given even more money. And if we can win this competition, in theory, Mastor could only cost us 2 million euros, which could be fantastic if he does actually come into the club, because I would really enjoy it if he could come in. But then the problem is, if he comes in, who do we move out and who do we move to the bench? Because everyone in the centre mid roles are all perfectly capable of playing first team football throughout the whole of the Premier League season. So Leon Bailey has come back to us and said he wants a bigger squad role at the club. Isaiah Brown has accepted his contract, but we have got the scouting report back and he's a 72 rated right winger. So we are going to keep it for the time being. We're not going to go ahead and sign him just of yet because Leon Bailey, I'm not sure whether he's going to be better than him or not. But the scouting report will be in for him in a few days. So we are going to go ahead and obviously see if he's better. Because if he's better, we're going to go for him because he's on less wages and he's going to cost us less as well. But we do actually get given an extra 1.6 million for progressing into the final of the competition. So now I've got some few emails back as well. We get another one from Chelsea saying they will offer 12 million for Asia Villalibre. But I really don't want to let this guy go because I absolutely love him in the midfield role. And he is a really good player for us and I don't want to let him go. Manny Garcia has declined his contract. He says he wants a bigger squad role at the club, which is fair enough. So we're going to give him pretty much a crucial first team player because otherwise, he's not going to accept it. We're going to be putting him in on and off anyway. Hachem Mastor is also saying he wants a bigger squad role at the club, which is perfectly fine by me. And he's going to have a crucial first team player and he can have a 15% goal bonus as well if he scores. I would absolutely love for this guy to come in. And Joe Gomez has also accepted his contract. So we're going to go ahead and bring him into the club. And let's see how good he is. I'm hoping he's going to be a pretty decent rating. Isaiah Brown we haven't got just yet. But we're going to wait until we get a few feedback from some other clubs as well. So let's go ahead and see how good Joe Gomez is. I'm really hoping he's going to be at least a 70 rated. And Joe Gomez, 71 rated left back. He looks really good. And the best thing about it, he can play left back, centre back and right back. So I think we might be playing him at right back or maybe even centre back. I think we'll put him at centre back because he's taller than Boscagli. That I think is a really good signing for us. So now we are going to move into the final of the European International Cup. This game has a lot on its shoulders. The Carpi have won their previous 3 games as well. I think we're capable of winning this, and also Gomez will be making his debut for the club. Can we go ahead and beat Carpi and get some extra money? Of course we can. Kingsley Coman picks up 2 goals. Bergwijn picks up 1 as well. We end up winning the game 3-1. We've simmed every one, won every one. What a fantastic pre-season tournament for us there. And I cannot believe we have actually won the cup and been given some extra money. We're going to go into the office here and Bayern Munich say they're not actually looking at upgrading their bid up to 7 million, and they've decided to stop pursuing Aaron Sega, which is perfectly fine by me. Dele Alli, I want to buy him, but I can't because if for some reason there's a glitch in the game that won't let me buy him, it will only let me loan him. Tournament prize when we get given an extra 2.2 million, and the European International Cup performance say that they're really happy with us, which is brilliant news. Also, the player from Real Madrid has accepted his contract, so I think we might go ahead and accept him. I'm going to have a look, check his stats, and if he seems pretty decent, I'm going to go ahead and buy him. So Leon Bailey's contract has been accepted, and I have come to the conclusion that I am going to go ahead and buy this guy instead of Isaiah Brown, because even though he might be a little bit worse than him, I still want to try and keep Fabian Torres. He's half the wages and he costs 300,000 more plus Fabian Torres. So in my eyes, I think I'm better off going for Leon Bailey. He's 1 year younger as well, and I think he could be a pretty decent player. Munari, I'm not sure whether we actually want to accept him into the club yet. We are going to jump straight in and have a look, see how good Leon Bailey is. I know he can play striker, right mid and left mid, and he is a 70 rated, so he's quite good. He's got really good acceleration, agility, sprint speed and reaction, which is really good. The only downside is his stamina is really low, but he's got pretty good penalties, he's got decent finishing, and I think he could be pretty decent. He's got 4-star weak foot and 3-star skills. He's left footed, he's got high attacking work rate, so he looks like a pretty decent player, and I will be looking forward to using him. So we've got a few transfer offers here. We've got one from Jack Watmore and one for Kingsley Coman. So Watmore to go out on loan, we'll happily accept that just to give us up a little bit more wages. Kingsley Coman, 4.2 million from AZ, and there's no way we're going to let this guy go as he is an absolute monster. And I don't want to be letting him go because he was the one that pretty much won us the championship last year. We've also got a Chelsea. I've said they're going to match 15 million for Asia Villalibre. So now we've got a big decision to make. Who are we going to bring in to replace him? So we are going to go ahead and accept Manu Garcia into the club as well. And I think that could be a really good deal for us as well. Just 2.5 million. That could be fantastic for us. And a new signing has arrived in Leon Bailey. But Villalibre is going to be leaving the club for 15 million. So we get another transfer for Ruben Loftus-Cheek from Borussia Dortmund, I should say. And this guy's an absolute monster, and I really do like playing with him at the centre mid row. He does come up with a few goals as well. Barcelona do in fact come back and say they're no for a random centre back, and that he says he doesn't want to relocate. So Mastor doesn't want to relocate. So what we're going to do, we're going to adjust our wages a little bit so we can afford to offer him 60,000 a week, which I do know is a lot of money, but I do really want this guy. I think he could be amazing for us. So he has been sold. He's been sold to Chelsea for 15 million euros, and we've been allocated 12.5 million. So we're going to have to go now and look for either a new striker or a new centre attacking midfielder, or do we go in and try and buy just a random world class player? So we've got Kingsley Coman also. They are from Ipswich. Ipswich want him for 6.5 million, and I'm sorry guys, we're not going to let this guy go. And brilliant news, Hachin Mastor has accepted his contract, 7,055,000 a week contract plus Martin Odegaard. This could be a fantastic signing for us, and I'm so pleased that we have brought in Hachin Mastor. This guy's got bags of potential. He's currently 75 rated, and I do believe he's going to be amazing for us. So I think what we're going to do, we need a backup right back, and what I've decided is to go in for Manea, who the player we actually brought in last season. I thought he'd done pretty well for us. He still only wants 2,000 a week. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretty much go in and try and buy him. And can we pick him up for like 750,000 or 800,000? If we could pick him up for 800,000, that could be a massive deal for us. And we could get him on a real cheap deal. So as you guys do know, we have just sold Villalibre. But what I want now is a backup centre defensive midfielder and a backup striker as well, just in case one person gets injured. So I'm going to have to look for a centre defensive midfielder and another striker. I'm going to have a look on Foothead, Footwiz, etc. And we're going to have a look, see if we can bring up any decent players. So we've inquired about a few different people here. We've inquired about Anderson City, but they want 11 million for him. So obviously that's too much for us. Julian Weigel, they want 12.5, so that's too much. They want 20.5, so that's too much. But Dahoud, they want 3.9 million for. He's from Saragossa. He looks a pretty decent centre defensive midfielder. So we are going to go ahead and offer 2.5 million. And let's see if they do go ahead and accept that. I'm not 100% sure whether they will or not, but we'll have to wait and see. But we are going to go back into the training as well, and we're hoping someone can start to increase so we can put a few of our new signings in as well. So once, if Alves goes up to 72 rated now, which if he does, it'd be fantastic. Yes, he does, which means we're going to take Alves out now and move one of the new signings in, and hopefully we can try and push their ratings up a little bit more. So we've also inquired about another 3 players. Gabriel Jesus. We've also inquired about Sergi Samper, but 15 million is obviously way too much for us. And we've inquired about Yusuf Poulsen. They want 15 million for him as well. So we are going to go ahead and try and sneak a deal in. Obviously, it's never going to happen. Just hope. Put a deal in the hope. But Gabriel Jesus looks, he might be pretty decent. So they want 5.5 million for him. We're going to go ahead and offer 1 million less. But he does look like a pretty decent player. He's 21 years of age. He looks a pretty decent striker. Or he does, according to different sources I've been reading as well. And we've got a few more scout reports back. Man City say they don't want to let go of Unal. They want 7 million for him. They want 1.8 million for Christian Manea as well. So we are going to up that to 1.3 million. Let's see if they'll accept that. Because I think he'll be a decent backup right back. He won't be playing that often, but anyway. And Malaga also come back to us and say they don't believe Kingsley Coman's worth that much. But do we go in and offer that much for this striker here? We're going to offer 5.5 million. I think 5.5 million could be a pretty decent deal if we could pick him up for that, but I doubt they're going to go ahead and accept that. And we've got a few more scouts in, but they're not really relevant now. So Zaragoza have come back and said they don't accept our bid of 2.5 million. They still want 3.9 million. So 3.5 million, 400,000 under his valuation. Let's see if they'll go ahead and accept that. I think he looks pretty decent. Basel say they've completely rejected the bid for Embolo, which isn't surprising. And Ian I just put a random bid in because I wanted to see what they wanted. And they've said they want 6 million for Clinton NG, the striker from Spurs. He does look pretty decent. We'll offer 4.5 million, which is still 2.5 million under his valuation, but I really want to pick up a player, but I don't want to be overspending. But we've also found this player here. He's called Connell Banton, and I think it could possibly be Lampard's regen, but I'm not 100% sure. He's just come into the game since Lampard has retired. As you see, he's 68 rated, 7,000 on the wage budget. He's 6 foot, he's left-footed. He's got pretty good stats, to be honest, for a 19-year-old. And I think I'm going to go in and buy him. He's showing great potential as well, so there's no reason why it couldn't be Lampard's regen. We're going to offer a straight 1 million bid for him. He's a 68 rated centre midfielder. We might not be playing him, but I think it could be a pretty good deal if we could pull it off. Also, we get a transfer offer accepted for Gabriel Jesus of 4.5 million. We can go ahead and offer him a contract. I'm not 100% sure whether I actually want him, but we will wait and see. I'll do a little bit more research on him, as we've also got a scout on him as well, as I think he's got about 3 or 4 days left, so we can see how good of rating he is. West Ham clearly come back to us and say that he's too valuable to them, and Sporting also come back and say Martins is too valuable, but I'm just putting in random bids for people just in the hope that there's going to be a random one that's going to suddenly go ahead and accept, but obviously that's not going to be the case. So our transfer offer has been accepted from Manchester City for Enes Unal, the striker, and also for Christian Manea for 1.3 million. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go straight ahead. He wants 8,000. I'm going to give him 6,000. Let's see if he'll accept that. He will be a squad rotational player if he does come in, but we might have to up it to 8,000. We're not going to be that greedy, are we? But the problem with this guy here, he does look very good, but he wants 70,000 a week, and I'm not prepared to give him that much money. I'm going to wait and see if Clinton NG comes back, so he's on a lot less money as well. It'd be great if he will accept. We'll also get the bid accepted for Dahoud of 3.5 million, I should be saying, and he wants 20,000 a week, which we will go ahead and give him, and he's going to be a squad rotation player if he comes in, but as you guys do know, he's probably going to be wanting a bigger squad role. But as you can see here, Toronto have accepted the €1 million bid for this random player, which could be Frank Lampard's regen. I know it's deceiving by the picture because obviously he's black in the picture and Frank Lampard wasn't his skin tone, but still, it's a regen thing that happens in FIFA, and I do believe he could in fact be the regen. I'm not sure, but it would be great if he was. We also get the contract offer accepted for Gabriel Jesus, and Spurs have accepted 4.5 million for Clinton NG. So we're going to go ahead and offer Clinton NG a contract as we are Unal, and let's see which of the two looks better. So now it's time for some more training. As you can see here, we've made 3 changes. Bailey, Mastor and Gomez. Gomez on El Rondo, Mastor on Beat Your Man and Bailey on Speed Dribbling. The main reason we put Beat Your Man on Mastor and Speed Dribbling on Bailey is because we want to increase their stamina, because that's the only thing that lets them down. But Pedrosa, as you can see there, is also so very close there to going up to 68 rated, and that would be really good if he does go up. Unfortunately, not in this training session, but in the next one, or if not next one, then definitely the next one after that one, he will definitely then be and 68 rated. A counter offer has been received for Christian Manea, so we're going to have to go ahead and offer him a new contract. And also, as you can see there, that Palmeiras have received a bid of 4.5 million for Gabriel Jesus. And Gabriel Jesus looks a pretty decent player to me, so unless we get something back from them, I think we're going to go ahead and accept Jesus into the club. So after a few scouting things, I have decided that I do want to go in and buy Gabriel Jesus. Unal would have been a good signing, but the problem is he wants 70,000 a week, which we cannot afford. And Gabriel Jesus wants 20,000 a week, which is definitely affordable. And he's only going to cost us 4.5 million. So we're going to go in, have a look, see how good a rating is. And I am really going to hope that he's going to be a good rating, because if he is, this could really strengthen up our squad whatsoever. And as you see there, he's a 72 rated. He's got good agility, good sprint speed. He's got good stamina as well, which is good to see. He's got really good dribbling, finishing, short pass penalties. He can play on the left wing as well. He's got 4-star weak foot and 3-star skills. This guy looks a really good signing for us, and our squad is coming together really, really nicely now. So Shiplock has sent us a message saying he wants us to have a look at his contract. So we're going to go ahead and offer him a new contract. The only thing is, it is going to cost us quite a bit of money. He wants a 52,000 increase, which is a hell of a lot of money. But he's worth it. He's our highest rated player. He's a 79 rated. We want to have an additional 2 years, and he is going to become a crucial first team player. And that would be really good for us if he comes in and accepts his contract. And the contract has been accepted for Connell Banton. So we're going to go ahead and accept this guy in, which could be Frank Lampard's regen. He does look pretty good. He's 68 rated. He can play at centre midfield. So he might actually be getting some few ratings. And he might be playing in front of Prestes as well, which will be a big thing for him. But as you can see there, we have got the game up against Arsenal, but you're going to have to wait until the next episode to check that one out. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and also you guys have been letting me know in the comments down below that you think it's starting to become a little bit repetitive, that obviously, and not very variable. We're not changing things up a bit. So what I'm going to be doing for the Barclays Premier League season is, in every episode that we've got games in, we will be leaving a straw poll in the link below, so you guys can vote on what you believe is the player of the episode. So what I'm going to explain now is the process of what I think we'll do and what I think could get you guys involved. So at the end of each episode, I will choose probably 3 players that you can choose from that you can vote for to become your best player of the episode. And once you guys have voted, at the end of the season, we will tally up, or I will tally up all of the different votes of all the different straw polls, and then we will we will then decide who has got the pretty much player of the season, golden boot, etc. And I think that will get a little bit more interactive for you guys. And if you guys have any other ideas of how you think it could become more interactive, let me know in the comments down below, as it would be really much appreciated. But that is it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to hit the like button down below, as it is going to be hugely appreciated. And make sure you come back for tomorrow's episode, as we'll be taking on Arsenal in our first game in the Barclays Premier League. It's going to be a massive one. Let's see how we get on. Thank you. Bye-bye.